Hi there people, welcome to this video. Today I'll be talking about self-defense as a support. And for that I'm going to use one of my favorite suits, the full armor Slave Wraith. I really like the toilet seat kind of entrance to the suit. So let's talk a bit about it. It's not a suit that has a lot of staggering weapons. I like to use the machine guns as the primary. You can use the Gundam ground type beam rifle for the primary, and it's a very good weapon. It's a very, very good weapon. But I just like to have fun and use this weapon for that. As you can see, I just kneeled, and that's because this suit has a special skill. The stabilization device is a skill that gives you basically shock dampeners if you're kneeling. And that's a skill that a lot of frontline supports have. It's a very interesting skill. I really like it. It can be very useful, but you need to know a few things about it before you use it. First of all, it doesn't activate immediately when you kneel. You need to wait. It will wait a bit and then activate. So it's not very good as an immediate defense mechanism. The second thing you need to know about it is that you can't tackle from the kneeling position. But you're going to ask me, I just saw you kneeling and I just saw you tackling. What are you doing? What kind of sorcery is this? Well, actually, it's very interesting. Remember what I said, you can't tackle while you are kneeling, but you can actually tackle if you move, you'll get out of the kneeling position. And that means you can immediately tackle. So just move and press the tackle button and it's gonna work. Now, something interesting I want to talk about in this specific scene right here is that I'm kneeling and I'm covering most of my body with like metal from the colony. And I'm only leaving my weapon, my Gatling cannon, exposed. So that is something very, very important about this, about being a support. In general, all the MS, but supports especially. You need to know where the weapon you're using is located. And if you know that, you can actually do some different maneuvers, and with your positioning you can protect most of your body and leave a lot, and leave only the unprotected part. Of course, that does not apply to all the supports, and many supports have double cannons, which make this strategy not very viable. But it's something to think about. If you can, if you're on a hill and you can stand a bit to the bottom of the hill to protect your lower body. If you are used to tanks or like tank vocabulary, if you try to do a hold down position, that's a viable option for a lot of supports and a lot of tank type supports. So that's an interesting thing. Remember what Sun Tzu said: if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you have not to fear the result of 1,000 battles or 100 battles. Well, clearly Sun Tzu didn't play support. As a support, you are disadvantaged against basically anyone if you don't know what you're doing. That is because, unlike all the other suits in the game, Supports in general have very bad close range and abilities. They're slower, which is also a big problem in a game that is so dynamic. And more than anything, it seems that the developers balance the supports around the fact that there are usually more generals. So you don't get a lot of good supports. I mean, let's be honest. If you're playing a support, you're not. You don't play a support to be playing alone. Supports thrive when it comes to the group. It's all about the group. That's why supports are so bad individually, so to speak. Most of its self-defense is supposed to come from your teammates. But we know how reliable teammates are, so let's keep the tips going. In this case, I would say it's more important for you to understand your suit than it is to understand the enemies. Understanding the enemies is great and it comes with experience. But if you don't have a lot of experience, you don't need to worry too much. Just try to learn your suit and what it does. Learn its combos, learn what weapons instant stagger, learn about its mobility, and that's a very key point to supports. I said it before and I'll keep saying it, your thrusters are your lifeline. If you are out of thrusters, you're out of options in general. You can use a tackle for a sort of dodge, similar to a dodge, but it's not very reliable. So you're gonna see here many times I can, when I see an enemy coming to me, I just kneel and fire the machine gun, or I just stay kneeling and fire some other weapon. That's because I know it's very hard for them to stagger me. And I also have a shield, so that's a big plus. And because of that, I can trust in my suit and its abilities and defend myself knowing that. So this is the very important part I mean about knowing your suit. Supports usually have some form of defensive option. They are not completely defenseless. Be it the range on snipers, that means you need to go and get close to them to deal damage or to deal a lot of damage. Be it the stabilization device, which is also great. So you need to get this mindset of fighting like a support. If you try to use a support as a general or as a raid, you're going to fail miserably because supports are just not meant to play like that. Of course, there are a few exceptions. Right now, there's a lot of supports that have resist moves and a lot more defensive options, better mobility, and so on. So you need to understand your suit and play according to it. The second match I have here is with Super Gundam. And this is not a full match, because I had a problem with the internet, and it ended up getting me out of the match. But in this match specifically, I really wanted it to show how people usually don't know how to play with a sniper support, and also talk about stealth suits, the dreaded ones. This is a very interesting suit because it has the... what is it called? I don't remember. It's a skill that allows you to see your mini-map while your radar, while you are aiming. And for a sniper support, that is huge. But as you can see, raids are always a big problem to supports. So I tell them that there's a stealth suit, and I'm going to respawn thinking a bit about this as a stealth suit, but I didn't see it coming right to the side there. So I kneel here, and this is the time that the pixie comes again for me. At this time, I realize what's this pixie's plan. It's going to stay around this building, and it's going to attack allies that spawn there. So the other important thing you need to think about is that there are humans on the other side. And here is where I get the confirmation that that's what the pixie is planning, because I spawn in and the pixie comes for the kill. So what do we do in a situation like this? Well, you have information, so now you have to plan according to it. So what I do is I spawn at base, and I know there is an interesting position over there that I can snipe from. And I end up seeing the pixie that it does not know I'm over there. So with that, I'm able to heavy stagger the pixie and give an opening for my team. Though they were a bit too far to actually get benefit from that. But this is the important point that I wanted to mention about supports. As you can see, I'm fighting a very dangerous raid. And I use movement to help me against it. So going up places, going down places, that's usually a very good way to prevent the raids from coming to you. Most raids are mostly melee type raids, so you can use that to defend against it. So as you can see, keeping my distance and using the movement to avoid the enemy is very important, and you can also get some staggers and use the weapons you know are going to be effective in that situation. Trust your suit and use its weapons well. And that's basically it for me. Now the match disconnects, and so I'm also gone. Thank you very much for watching. If you have some tips, please leave them below. And if you have any feedback about the audio, about the tips, about the suits, suits you want to see or something like that, please let me know. I'm very interested in your feedback. I just want to do this to help people play better and understand the game better. So, yeah, any feedback is appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.